Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video, and we're back with videos, because it's been like a couple of weeks since I've posted an actual video. I've done a couple of live streams lately, as that was the better option for me, seeing how busy I am at the moment and how hard it is for me to make videos. But I'm finally back with a video, and you guys maybe wanted career mode, maybe wanted some Formula 1 stuff, but we're on Gran Turismo Sport because, guys, I'm absolutely loving this game right now. And I'm in a Gran Turismo Sport phase, so I apologize for that, guys. But I will be back, hopefully, on F1, maybe next week or maybe the week after that, I don't know. But I've got a couple of more videos ready for you on Gran Turismo Sport, so look out for those. Hopefully I'll be able to upload more quickly than before. But anyways, I'm gonna stop waffling on about my YouTube schedule and talk about today's video. So today's video is gonna be a couple of races, daily races. This is daily race C of a couple of weeks ago, I believe. And we're gonna do one race from the back of the grid, and then one race we're gonna get on pole. We're gonna do a really good qualifying lap, and we're gonna be on pole and see how we do from the front of the grid. So it's gonna be a last question mark challenge and a first question mark challenge. This is group 3 cars around, group 2 cars around Dragon Trail Seaside. So, yeah, really interested to see how this race is going to be. You can see we're not actually technically last, we're 18th, but details, you know. So, anyways, we're going to the race now. We are gonna have to do a pit stop. I think the required tires are hards and mediums. I'm not confirming on that because it was a couple of weeks ago when I did this race, but the strategy is gonna be to start on hards, get the hard tires out of the way first, and then do bits of for mediums. I don't usually do this strategy when I'm in F1 games, but for GT Sport games, for the GT Sport game, I think this is the best strategy, especially because the tires don't get depleted as much. Not depleted, they don't wear out as much as an F1, so you could do an undercut while starting on the hards. So that's what we're hopefully gonna do. But you can see here, rolling start in the middle of a corner. So I really don't like the rolling start when it does like this, because we just had 3 massive snaps of oversteer. Tires heated up. We lost a lot of time with that guy ahead. So yeah, I don't like when rolling starts are like this. I think in these cases they should try to make the intervals a bit shorter, or just which would be better, just completely change it to standing start. But you can see how much we're still struggling on the rear end. So yeah, this was a recurring theme actually. After a Group 4 race for FIA Nations Cup, which I didn't post on the channel, not the one that I did live stream, the one before that. I've been having a lot of time finding traction with cars, especially anything above a Group 4 car. So yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just I never had this problem before, but after I raced in Group 4, I can't get used to the speed in the exit of a Group 2 cars. But anyways, back to the race. You can see this guy in P17 makes a mistake. I haven't been able to make any retakes yet, but here we go. Then this is the first occasion. The guy ahead makes a mistake, and so this opens the door for us to make a move on the Canadian P17, but he kind of just completely squeezes us. And considering this is the chicane of death, one of the places where it's really risky to go just by yourself, not alone side by side. And also he kind of squeezed me as well, giving me a bit of a bump. We decided to back out of that, let him keep the position, and then we're going to actually try to attack him here. We tried to go for a switchback, but just didn't quite work. And then losing the rear end out of the corner, that is gonna put us in big trouble. And what I mean is by big trouble is that we're not gonna be able to get a move done, I don't believe, into this corner unless this guy breaks really early. I came into this race with no practice, by the way, or very little practice, but I think I had no practice. So please excuse any lack of driving capability. But anyways, we go through a ghosted car, and we're up in the P16. Our first real overtake of today. We were in P17 sometime before, and now we did start the race in P18, so I don't know where we gained that one position, but we're not gonna complain. This guy gets a penalty, I'd say. I'm not sure if he gets a penalty, it's a mistake, but I think he got a penalty. So that's another position for us, and we're up in a P15 at the moment. So things looking good. Things looking quite good here. but still not able to make any moves. It's looking good, by which I mean we're not making any mistakes, but we haven't really been able to make any retakes. That's until now, where that guy goes a bit wide and we give him a bit of a bump, as in like, you squeezed us here in this exact location, and we're just gonna, give him a bit of a bump. Nothing dirty on our side, because he was already messing up his corner. So move on to lap 3. You can see there's a guy spinning out P13. Slowly making our way up the order. You can see there that guy has a penalty in the far distance, so hopefully we'll be able to get him as well. And this guy goes a bit wide, so I feel like at the moment we're looking pretty good. I feel pretty solid. And yeah, this guy, like I said, gets a penalty. We're able to overtake him here. So all is well at this moment in the race. Now we're gonna move on to the end of that lap, and you can see someone dying of death, like Super GT would say, at the chicane of death, at the extra chicane of death. So we get up in a P11. You can see these guys behind are fighting, and that pressures me into a mistake, as I thought they were gonna absolutely send one down my inside. So that pressures me into a mistake. We're not going side by side here, but the guy I was going side by side with goes into the pit lane. It's still a bit early for us since we started on the hards. So yeah, but we do still have to defend, because this guy in the yellow car swoops around our outside. Beautiful move, make a bit of contact, but that wasn't really our fault. I mean, that was like the smallest amount of contact, and then there was a lot of lag there, because he just got pushed off very wide, even though there wasn't too much contact. So yeah, I apologize to him for pushing him out wide. It wasn't my intent, but it wasn't really my fault either. But anyways, we got overtaken by another person as well, so down to P12 from P10. Not good. I say yellow flags, but I don't think we're gonna get any positions here. But yeah, at this point, this stint is just about being cautious, being patient, not making too many mistakes, not losing too much time, and seizing opportunities as these guys go side by side up here. Because then we'll be fitting on the mediums, we'll be faster than most people in the field, so we'll just have to bide our time in this first stint. We don't want to pit too early though, because we would have really dead tires. But you can see I'm going side by side up at these two guys. Somehow they managed to not crash themselves out, but they do have to stop going side by side. You can see then this guy again trying to make a move with this yellow guy, and I'm just gonna try to follow him through. But what I actually end up doing is make a really massive mistake there. I want to lose another position. So this is exactly what we needed to not do. We needed to not let our greed of wanting to gain positions overtake us, and we need to just be a bit more flawless. I actually got overtaken by this Canadian guy. This is the same guy who we had a bit of a kerfuffle in at the beginning of the race, and once again he shows his great driving ability. So he goes wide, we get the move done back on him, and yeah, just a bit dirty all around from him in this race, but we'll move on from this. Hopefully we won't have any trouble. You can see up ahead there, this is a few laps after, I think, or the lap after. There's a massive 4-lap kerfuffle here with a lot of penalties. So 5 car, I mean, not 5 lap, 5 car. There goes someone off. I think that's 4 car or 3 car. Yeah, 3 car. And 2 of them have a penalty. So this is a great opportunity now to make up some of the lost time. But I think we're not gonna pit this lap, but I believe we're gonna pit the next lap. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. You can see we have someone behind who's looking to go down there and say we're gonna leave the door open, because I thought he was gonna go deep. But I just wasn't really confident on the brakes in this race, especially in that corner. I do gain a lot of confidence in the second race that I'm going to show you in this video, guys. But in this first race, I had very little I had very little confidence in the brakes. As you can see, this guy just swoops on our outside, and I put pretty much no fight whatsoever. So having difficulties for sure, but more people are pitting, as you can see by the fact that we're still in P12 somehow after those 2 we lost. So you can see here we're definitely going to gain 1 position. This guy gets himself a penalty, and we're up in the P11. Now you can see this guy's head, Alex Cube, and this guy was actually, I don't remember for what reason, but I actually was always looking at him in terms of like, okay, I want to be able to beat him at the end of this race. He's my target. So we're definitely gonna keep out on the target for him, because he was a pretty fast driver, and consider our starting position, he was hopefully the one that he was our goal. But you can see here, lap 6, we come into the pits, fit on the mediums, and then we're going to go from lap 7 to the end of this race on the mediums. Hopefully it won't kill our tires too much. I wouldn't have our tires too much dead at the end of this race. So yeah, at this point, just trying to go as fast as we can. And you can see here now, lap 7, you can see this is actually what I said about no confidence. We brake way too late there, and I'm just scared of doing anything, and I just go straight into the back of this guy. And this definitely took a hit my confidence, even though it was because I broke too late. And we get a 1 second penalty. But this was super unfair, because look at this. Yeah, we do touch him. Maybe we touched him a little bit, but his line was perfectly fine. If anything, we gave him a boost to the corner, which if anything helped him, not hurt him. But we did make contact, I guess. But I don't think this penalty was really fair. And you can see there is Alex cubed, so we would definitely have been able to have a good fight with him this lap if we didn't have the penalty. He actually goes wide, so we may be able to overtake him, but it's not going to be for long unless we do actually overtake him, because we got this stupid, unfair 1 second penalty. As the yellow flag's up ahead, hopefully that's going to be a position that we can gain from the position we lost, and that is a position that we gain. And there's another guy who's spinning off, and we would have been able to overtake him without the penalty, but with the penalty, we got nothing else to do except just trying to make up the lost time. We can see here yellow flags on lap 8, and 2 cars there dying of death at the chicane, death chicane. So it's us up into P8. Then some people are pitting. You can see the top left out there in P3. So I don't think we have to. I think this is from where we're gonna have to start gaining positions. Let's move now to lap 9 here. And I here make pretty much the same mistake as earlier. I completely missed my braking point, but this time I didn't want to get the penalty. So I just send it on the inside, and I get the move done. I don't go, I was like, okay, I'm DNFing out of this race, this is it, this is the end. But I get the move done. It was a beautiful dive bomb. I didn't mean to do it, but we get the position on Alex cube. Now, Alex here trying to come back on us, but now we've got the confidence in the brakes. We're going to brake as late as possible. We got the medium tires on, we get the position, and then yeah, and we're up to P7, but that was a very beautiful move, I think, on Alex. Unintentional, and definitely wasn't my plan, but it worked. It like inspired more confidence into my braking. Maybe too much, as we will maybe see later in this race or the next race. But here we go then. Lap 11 now. We've caught up to the guys ahead, P6 and P5. And yeah, P5 with an amazing result, and we get gifted P6, so might as well go for P5, as that guy in P7 now spins off, and we're looking at this Brazilian up ahead, and moving to a bit later into that lap, and yeah, this is the dash again. He goes in a bit deep. Can we maybe capitalize? No, that is a no. We won't be able to capitalize on that, so just staying behind, doing our best to just stay close, because I'm really confident through this chicane that I think that if I can get just a good run, I will be able to make a move if I can just stay close enough. But you can see here just going to the inside. That's because my plan was to make the move stick, but then I just broke really early. But my second plan was to make this guy like afraid of me and go wide, and that worked. We did send him wide, but we weren't able to get the position. I went to lap 12 here, and he goes defensive into this corner. We're just gonna try to get the switch back on him, but again, just not close enough, I don't think, to get the move down on him. So we're gonna have to once again sit behind, sit back, relax, and try to get a move done. If it stays up, and it does open up a space, because that guy goes wide, makes a mistake, and that's what we were waiting for, a mistake from him. And so this is pretty much where we're gonna finish in this race, P5. What a fantastic result! 13 places gained in this race, and it wasn't a perfect race, but we're not gonna be able to catch up to P4. He's 10 seconds ahead, and we actually caught him by 1.5 seconds. So yeah, really positive race. I really enjoyed that. So that is gonna be the first race we do today. P5. I'm pretty happy with that. I'll take that. It was very solid result, very good result, and yeah, now all that's left is the first question mark challenge. So yeah, looking forward to that. But before we do the first question mark let me say it again. Before we do the first question mark challenge, we have to actually get first in qualifying. So this is my first lap in qualifying, my first after the race lap. 28 points anything would be a good lap around here. Well, not point anything, you know, there's a big difference. A low 28 would be a very good lap. And you know, what we end up doing is a 28.0. I'm spoiling everything in this thing, but you don't know what's gonna happen in the race itself. So, but yeah, so this first lap obviously didn't get a 28.0 because that would be lucky to get in the first lap. But we said 28.7, which isn't that great of a lap. But here I think we're gonna go on board for the entire lap, or for most of the lap, anyways. Here, braking just as the curb comes in. And just holding it in second gear, then shifting it up to third, going over that curb, and then clipping the other curb. Here you're gonna take this flat and try not to dip the wheel beyond the curb, and then brake a bit late as you can, cut over this curb, and then try to get as smooth as you can of an exit in second gear. Now coming here, you wanna just like try to lift off just before the road begins on the right. And then just take this all flat. Once again, don't dip the wheels over the curb, or that will send you to Narnia and back. And here now we're entering the final sector. Brake it just after the 150 board. Here you can dip the wheels, and maybe you should because it will help you get rotation. Then try to avoid that curb on the exit because that will bring you wide. And here just try to just maybe give a little lift. I think you can take it flat though, as I took it with relative ease. You can definitely take that flat. Then here, stay as set as you can. Brake at the 100 board. Shift down to second gear. Drift the car through, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's a fast way or not, but it works for me. So, and then here up to the line. No more to talk about this lap. It was a really solid lap, and you can see a 28.081. And so we're gonna do some drifting. I tried to do the full 360, but I sadly wasn't able to do it. But you can see we're on pole. And I think this is my final race as a C driver rated driver. As you will have seen if you watched my Nations Cup live stream, that I already was B rated driver by the time I did that race. So this is not my final race as a C rated driver. So yeah, let's get into it. Really feeling excited about it. Starting from pole, of course, last episode of the Sport Daily races, I won the race, and I told you guys how it was quite a while since I won my last race. It was quite a while, but in this year I've actually been on a roll now, and these past 2 weeks I've won a lot of races, so hopefully you'll see some of them. But our main rival today is going to be keep it smooth behind us. The strategy has stayed the same. It's going to be a one stop from hards to mediums. Once again, we're not going to be starting on the mediums. I believe keep it smooth behind is starting on the mediums, but that remains to be seen. And then the guys behind hopefully won't be a threat to us, so we won't need to worry about them. But here we're gonna do this first lap. You can see already how much keep it smooth. I'm just gonna call them smooth. Is catching up to us. And they make two massive mistakes. First of all, just drifting the car and then losing a lot in the exit. And so keep it smooth here, overtakes us, gets up into the lead. And just the grip that he showed around these corners kind of proved to me that maybe he was really on the mediums and I was just on the hards. Considering I was on the hards and he had pretty good pace. So, but yeah, you can see here getting really close to him in the braking zone. He's very lagging, so that'll be something to look into. You know, if he keeps lagging like this, we might need to worry about him. But here you can see, fast forwarding here, I didn't want to skip this entire section of the race because I just wanted to let you guys see what was happening. You can see they're having a little look, but nothing doing. You can see actually we're not the fastest guy on track because there's a guy behind Sornage, 85, who seems like a pretty fast guy. He's got 85 at the end of his name, so I've got nothing against him. But yeah, but you can see that we just set a 31.1, which is just 1/10 of the of the fastest lap. And considering the fact that we're in hards, we're doing really well. But that was until we make a mistake, of course. I broke way too late there, too confident on the brakes, and we lost not only a lot of time to keep it smooth in the lead, but we also lost this position with to K-Dub 4775. But now you could have seen maybe that Dub here flashes lights when he overtook us. So my plan at this point is, I know he's probably faster than me. He's got the mediums. He should be faster than me. So I'm just going to keep behind him, and don't attack him, and just try to stay behind them and do the best I can. Because once again, we have to be patient. This is the first stint, but as he kept moving, he just didn't have the pace that I thought he would. He wasn't catching up to the leader. We were supposed to work together to catch up to the leader. That's what pretty much flashing his lights mean. It means working together. And trying to make a move, but this was the key. He goes wide, and I tried to get a move on, but he just hit me. So instead, I went to the pits. That was absolute beautiful. That was teamwork in a way. He pushed me into the pits, so thank you very much. But yeah, so I was thinking about getting a move on because he was not as fast as I thought he would be. But he made a mistake, and you can see here a replay. He made some mistake, and I probably should have given a bit more room, but I didn't expect he would come back on the circuit so aggressively. So at this point, I could have gotten back into the actual track, but I decided let's take a pit stop a bit earlier than the last race, so a bit riskier, really, I guess you could say. But now look at the gap to the leader. It's 12 seconds, and as we move to the end of that same lap, it's 10.3. So we've gained an absolute mega amount of keep it smooth, who, as you can see, was on the mediums. So not only we're really a lot faster than him, we will come out, maybe not ahead of him, but we'll come out with tires that are much faster than he is. As here he comes out, you can see him there in the distance. So yeah, after that little funny incident with Dub, which actually helped us, because if I didn't pit one lap earlier, I would still be like 3 seconds behind keep it smooth right now. Instead, we're only 4/10 off him, so definitely looking to get a move done on him as soon as we can, because once we get past him, that was a beautiful voice crack there. As soon as we get past him, we're in the lead of this Grand Prix, and we can just sail home to a victory, hopefully. But first, we're gonna make the actual overtake stick. So here we go. So you see they're listening off a little bit as we get both dirty air and slipstream, which increases our speed and decreases our drag. So we can see this guy's head braking way too late, and well, that just gifted us the lead. We go down the inside, we get ahead of keep it smooth, and now we got nothing to worry about. We were in second place when we pitted, and we just overtook the leader. So we're now in the lead of this Grand Prix, back where we belong, or at least in the provisional lead. And here I thought about making a move, but there's no point. Just let these guys fight. We've got so much more pace than keep it smooth behind us, that even if he gains back on us, even if he re-overtakes us, we'll have plenty of chances to overtake him back. So yeah, but that won't stop us from making a move here, because as much as I don't want to make moves, I also don't want to lose so much time, considering that he's not fighting with anyone, and I know I can easily overtake him. Let's go for the move on short edge. He was the fastest guy on the track. He's not anymore though. The fastest guy is now Duke, who is quite behind in P8, so we don't have to worry about him either. Well, maybe he has already pitted and people haven't pitted, but so we shouldn't need to worry about him. So now we are officially in the provisional lead, and as you can see, we're moving now to P9. We've set the fastest lap. Well, actually, no, we haven't set the fastest lap, but I don't think we're gonna really worry about that. I think we are gonna set it though at the end. But you can see that this guy up here, this was a bit worrying because he was a bit all over the place, but he does pit, and so we are now officially into the lead. I've been saying we're in the lead for so long, but we are now officially in the lead of this Grand Prix, and I guess from now on it's just a cruise to victory. Not that we're gonna actually cruise home. As you can see, we did end up setting the fastest lap, and so almost a grand slam. We didn't lead every single lap, but we did get fastest lap, pole position, fastest lap, and the race win. trying to drift it across the end. I pulled the handbrake a bit too late, but nonetheless, it was a fantastic race. And we win. I think this is our third win so far on this game. No, fourth win, my bad. So I must have won one race before this or something. I don't know, but overall, really happy with this race. So that's been it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching it. I hope you guys did very much enjoy this race. I certainly did, winning the race. And I hope you guys enjoyed the first race, where we came back from a desolate P18 to, you know, a very good top 5, a P5 in the top 5. So very happy with this week's, well, 2 weeks ago's races, and I feel like this race in particular gave me a lot of boost, because now, like in the races that I've done in the past week, after this, I've been much more confident. I've been able to win more races. I've been able to, you know, get more triumphs, and so yeah, I'm definitely gonna do more of these videos, especially if you guys show support for them. But I hope you guys did like them, because I very much enjoy doing these races, and I'm in a Gran Turismo phase at the moment. So yeah, but once again, I'm gonna end this video off. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've got more content on this coming soon, especially FIA races. Hopefully they will restart, I think, in about 2-3 weeks time, so I'll be live streaming those whenever they start again. But that has been it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, guys, goodbye.